And now for story time with Paul Walken. Where he's walking, I don't know.
Today, we start a very special journey through a wonderful work by C.S. Lewis, one of my favorites. This one's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Chapter 1, Lucy looks into a wardrobe. Once there were 4 children whose names were Peter and Susan, Edmund and Lucy. The story is about something that happened to them when they were sent to charge of lying against someone who you have always found truthful is a very serious thing indeed. Chapter 7, A Day with Beavers. I've spent a day or two with beavers in my time. I won't get into it too much, but let's just say they know how to build a dam. While the 2 boys were whispering behind, we all know what that means. No, we don't, said Susan. Mr. Beaver shook his head in a very gloomy fashion. The dwarf obeyed, and in a few minutes Edmund found himself being forced to walk as fast as he could with his hands tied behind him. He kept on slipping in the slush and mud and wet grass, and every time he slipped the dwarf gave him a curse and sometimes a flick with the whip. Her hands trembled so much that she could hardly undo the stopper, but she managed it in the end and poured a few drops into her brother's mouth. Bless me, what do they teach them at these schools? And that is the very end of the adventure of the wardrobe. But if the professor was right and it was only the beginning of the adventures of Narnia, the end was a very fun story. I'm glad we got into it. It took quite a bit of time, but you know, getting out of a wardrobe is no easy task. I got locked in a wardrobe in a furniture store when I was 6. Not so much as in a furniture store as in my mom's room. Not so much locked in as she chained the door shut. I was a rambunctious little child, and she had to lock me in there. I kept talking about having beaver adventures. She couldn't have it. She couldn't stand it. She was a good woman, and she didn't know how to handle me. I still sleep in a wardrobe.